First of all, the president is determined to do everything that he can to safeguard civilian life in any part of the Middle East, certainly in Gaza as well as in Israel, and that commitment will continue. That doesn't make any of this easy, but I think you will continue to see demonstrations of the president's sincere belief and commitment in the protection of civilian life and using the tools that are available to navigate a very complicated situation, one of the toughest issues known to man. We'll continue seeking to do the right thing. And in the meantime, there are so many issues at stake, including issues around whether this is an inclusive country or not, where people will be safe or not, whether they will be singled out because of their faith or their appearance or their race, where the choice could not be clearer, and where the reality is that it will either be President Biden or President Trump. Yeah, I think you'll continue to see it both from the White House and from the campaign. Today, a pretty significant move by the White House in terms of the not just the number, but the level of senior leaders who are in Dearborn. And I think it reflects, first of all, the fact that the president personally cares. And second, that we understand how much this matters to our coalition and to not only in Michigan, but certainly to so many people in Michigan. Well, it's very important. And I think, the part of how you build and grow a coalition is you take no one for granted, which means you take the coalition that you began with and you seek to reinforce it and to grow it. And that the kind of outreach that you have, I think, demonstrates that this president takes no one for granted, takes no vote for granted, and that we also believe in the power of a broad coalition to make change. And, from day one, the people who came together to help end the Trump era and move us into the Biden-Harris era sometimes didn't have a lot in common. It was a diverse coalition, but people who believed in a different, better, more inclusive, more decent future for this country. And I think the contrast that we face now helps show what's at stake in making sure that the people of goodwill can continue to come together. I think so much is on the line right now for our country, and if you believe that we are better off because President Biden put an end to the Trump era, moved our economy forward, renewed our relationships and partnerships and alliances, is creating jobs, is looking out for working and middle class people, is doing all the things he said he would do. Mm-hmm. This is part of that, making sure that Michigan shows up in a big way, especially in its first outing as an early primary state, is I think, really important.